What's up mga pogi? It's your boy Dodoy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the new release of Axie Infinity, the version 3, Axie Infinity Origins. Let's get right into it.
Alright, so Axie Origin is the version 3 of Axie Infinity gameplay. It is the latest update of Axie that allows us to experience a whole other level of gameplay and customizations. It is very important to take note though that right now it is still in its testing stages and all of its contents are subject to change. Upon its initial release, the community has mixed feelings about how they feel about the game, but me personally, I love it. I believe this made the game more exciting and enjoyable because of its different features. Now, to help you indulge in its actual gameplay and what's actually different this time, I'm gonna carefully enumerate some of the notable changes. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
Number 1. 5 free Axies.
Alright, number 1, you will be given 5 free Axies this time around. Unlike in the version 2 or the version 1 of the Axie Infinity, wherein you cannot play the game unless you do have your Axies ready that you bought in the marketplace, this time around they are giving us 5 free Axies. Okay, and you can obtain them by playing and progressing through the adventure mode. The first 3 Axies that will be given to you are Puffy, Oleg, and Baba. They will be there on the first stage of adventure mode and they will be playable as soon as you download the game. And as you progress through your adventure mode, Enna and Trip will be joining you later on in that adventure. And don't you worry guys, because these Axies are definitely playable and they can help you progress through your rankings in arena mode, and it just depends on the mastery of the usage of these Axies. Okay. That's
Number 2. Axie Parts and Skill Sets.
Number 2, Axie Parts and Skill Sets. Diverging from what we are used to from Season 1 and Season 2, all of our Axies now have 6 skills instead of 4. That includes skills from each of your respective body parts, now including eyes and ears, which will provide us a whole other level of decision making when it comes to picking the right Axies for our team. And of course, with this kind of gameplay, it will help us strategize more from variety of eyes and ear combinations aside from your original body parts.
Number 3. Gameplay Mechanics.
Alright, on to update number 3, game cards and mechanics. So let's quickly go on to adventure mode right here so I can show you. Alright, each turn, both in arena and PvP, each player will get 3 energy for that specific round. You can view the energy count here. And energies will not stock up for the next round. So if you have 3 right now and if you end your turn, the same will go. You will still have 3 energy by next round. So it's really best for you to consume all of your energies before ending your turn. Also, each player will have one specific deck of cards at the beginning of the match, and all of these cards contains one part for each of your skills. So the original deck would have 6 here, 6 here, and then 6 card for your Aqua, which will be a total of 18 draw pile. Now, since I haven't touched all my first cards, they are now in the discard pile. Okay, and if I play one card, let's say for example I play the Nutcracker here, it will go back to the discard pile unless I have a card which will automatically be banished. When you banish a card, it means that you cannot draw it on the next cycle of your turn. You see, all of your cards, you have one piece of each card during the start of the game, right? But if you have already drawn, for example, Zeal, and you have used it, you will then add it to your banish pile, making only the usage of that card once in the entire match. Okay, and as you can see, I have used 1 energy. I passed the round before this, but I still have only 3 energies, including the one that I have used. So the energy doesn't really stack up. Okay, and let's progress here. I'll use all of my energy. Okay, and then I will end my turn. As you can see, I now have 8 cards remaining, and 9 cards on my discard pile. Okay, and then I have 3 last cards in my draw pile. After I have drawn each of the cards in the initial phase, they will be added to the discard pile. And if all the cards have already been drawn, then a new set of deck without the banished cards will be drawn. For example, I'll use this one. Okay, Zeal, it's now in the banished pile, and then I'll consume all of my energy here. Okay. Alright, so there you go. My card deck has been refreshed, as you can see. This time it has fewer cards because I actually have 2 in the banish pile. So I received 2 cards from this deck for the new deck, plus 11 new cards in the draw pile. So that's how the draw cycle works. Okay, let me show you one interesting mechanic that we really need to discuss. In case of Axie Death, I hope he kills me. Okay, there you go. In case of Axie Deaths, and the draw cycle has already begun, then all of the card drawn for this round for that dead Axie will be turned into Fallen's Longsword, Fallen's Gloves, Fallen's Shield. It depends on what card is drawn. If it's an offensive card, then it will be a Fallen Longsword, and if it's a defensive card, it will be a Fallen's Shield, and if it's a 0 energy cost card, it will be turned into Fallen's Glove with 0 energy as well. And one important thing to note here is that there are cards where it will have 2 energy costs for your Axie. If you happen to draw that card on a dead Axie, they will have 2 energy cost here as well, with larger shield numbers and larger damage. So the other interesting effect that we want to take note here is that if your card is not played by the end of the round, it will go back to the banish pile. Okay, but if you play it, it will go back to your discard pile, meaning if it's in the discard pile, by the next cycle of your draw pile with a new deck, it will still be there. So if you don't want more turns suffering with cards like this, less effect, less damage, and 1 energy cost, then might as well not play the card anymore. So if you don't play the card by the end of your turn, it will automatically go to your banished deck. That's the ethereal card effect, right? So by the next cycle of your deck, it will no longer be there. So I think I have covered most of the gameplay's mechanics with this Axie card effects and how the draw cycle works and how the energy system works. So we will be discussing more of this on to the next topic. Alright?
Number 4. Charms and skill customizations.
Alright, update number 4. Axie skills and charms for customization. So each of your Axie skills can be customized depending on which charm you will add to it. To customize, you can just select your Axie and then select the skill. It will open the equipment charms window. So for example, this is an attack card for my beast. Then I can add attack charms to it. The developers of Axie Infinity are actually very generous right now. They have unlocked all of the potential charms and runes for our Axie to be customized. So just an example, the build that I want is the epic charm for Mask of Frenzy. It will add the rage effect to the card. So every time I use this card, this specific card, Foxy, I will have the added effect of the charm that I equipped with, which is the Mask of Frenzy. My teammates will gain 1 rage every time I use this card. If I want additional damage, let's set this second card for example, second attack card. I can just simply use the damage for non-multi-hit attacks. There you go. As you can see, I can add as much as 7 damage to my card depending on the charms that are available at my disposal, and I can have this card as an innate ability which will I be drawing at the start of each round if I really wanted to use that card, or I can add the card Vanish for additional 20% of the base stat of that card, and I can have Retain or Ethereal added to it, but the best for my preference is the Rage, or simply add the Hidden Razor, specific for Beast, right? And the amount of each charms that I can use in my Axie depends on my potential points. Okay, so as you can see, my Mask of Frenzy charm consists of 4 potential points. So I can no longer add the other skill slots with specific charms because my Axie only has 9 potential points. So if I add the Mask of Frenzy here, the remaining is 5, and if I add that Mystic Charm, then I will have 0, which in turn I can no longer equip a Beast card. I can only add 2 more plant cards because of plant potential points, so I don't have any more potential points to equip. But if I balance it out perfectly, like an example here, I gain 1 rage count again. I still have 1 potential point that I can use for other runes. So let's say for example I only use this one, I still have 3, then I can still use this because it only costs 2, right? And there are also cards and charms which you can equip with additional HP. So let's just do that. If I want this buff card to have no additional effects other than the 4 rage that it will give me, I can just add max HP plus 20. It will cost 2 potential points, and same goes with other stuff. Some of your charms are called neutral, meaning they won't take a specific number of points. For example, I'll use up all my beast points, right? Let's just do it for the sake of some samples here. Okay, I now have only 2 plant cards, so I can no longer equip the beast card, right? Because I don't have any more potential points. But if I do use the neutral ones, I should be able to use it. There you go. And it only ate up my potential points for plants. That's why it's very exciting, because there are lots of different combos and modifications that we can do to your Axies. And sometimes it's really best for pure Axies, because pure Axies tend to have higher potential points. They should have 15, right? So if they have 15 potential points, they should be able to equip more variety of buffs and additional combos for your charms only. Okay, so that's how you customize your Axie skill. It's very effective for beasts to have rage. So if I use this card, all of my teammate will gain 1 rage, and if I use another one, if I use this Foxy, all of my teammate will also gain 1 rage. Imagine if all of your Axies are set up the way like that. And don't worry guys, because rage is only the specialty of beast. There are lots more that we can explore about specialties. Just an example, for plant cards, the specialty for plant runes are of course leaf. Leaf regenerates 5 HP at the end of your turn, maximum 5. If I'm not mistaken, for aqua, the specialty will be the bubble. For aquatic, yes, bubble. For birds, it will be feather. and so on and so forth. Alright, on to the next topic.
Number 5. Axie Runes.
Okay, next up should be the Axie Runes. So aside from the skill customizations that we did earlier, we can further customize and modify our Axies with equipped runes. So you can consider runes as your Axie's sword or shield, an item which they can equip. So you can view the runes by clicking your Axie, of course, and then visit the rune section here, and you can select a rune for beast, aqua, and stuff. There's also neutral runes here for everyone to use, similar to the neutral and beast charms that we have done earlier. My personal favorite will be the beast and the mystic rune for endless anger, which will gain 3 rage counts when your turn starts. Okay, that's actually a very good rune paired with this 2 Mask of Frenzies right there. So it will make our Axies very scary during PvP matches. So that's how you can customize all of your Axies, and in turn giving your team different gameplay styles. Even though if you have the same Axie as your opponent, you have different runes and different charms and different strategies equipped, which makes the game very less predictable. That's why I love it.
Number 6. Gender equality.
Okay, before we do wrap this up, I just want to let you know about the gender equality. No, I'm just kidding. It's Axie equality. Okay, in Origins, all of your Axies are equal when it comes to stats, speed, and health. So you don't have to worry about birds having the highest speed and plants having the highest health and such. All of them has 320 base HP, and the speed are all the same. Unless, of course, we customize it. For example, we can add different charms and runes. Like here, we can add 320 HP, base HP for Enna, and then we can add 1 rare charm for max HP plus 15, and then Enna's HP will be 335 compared to others with 320. Also, when it comes to Axie equality, there will be no weaknesses. So for example, an aquatic card will hit my beast card, it will still have the same damage. There will be no bonus damage due to weakness. So that is a very big factor to remember, which will give you all a different experience from the version 2 coming into version 3. Okay, and lastly, of course, the runes and charms that I have shown to you are all now open. So I do highly recommend that you go check out the Axie Origins even before the earning and the burning mechanisms comes in for SLP and other items that we can earn, such as AXS, so you'll have full mastery of the game. Once the server focuses on Axie Origin and it will delete the version 2 of Axie Infinity, you'd have to craft these items. Those runes and charms that I have shown you, you'll have to craft them one by one. And of course, one way of crafting them is through the moon shards that you will gain through adventure and PvP. Also, as one of the new burning mechanism for Axie Infinity, they are added the SLP here, so users can spend moon shards for free to play, and for those who want to spend more risk for higher competition in arena, they can spend their SLP in this crafting for runes and charms, so they can compete more. And that will actually affect the economy of Axie Infinity very well, because there will be new minting process for SLPs, not to overpopulate the market. Anyways, that's it for me today, boys. Again, my name is Dodoy. Thank you very much for staying up this long and for watching. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Poggy! Wink, wink, wink.